Great day, grade 9 learners! How are you? Are you ready for another round of learning? I am assuring you a day full of learning and discoveries. But before we start, make sure that you have your pen, paper, and your self learning module. And get ready to learn and explore the world of arts. Let us first be reminded with our protocols during the live streaming class.
Respect everyone.
No hate speech. Be guided with anti-cyberbullying law. No promotion of products or items. Use appropriate words in giving suggestions, comments, and queries. After the live streaming class, attend the discussion class in Theft Messenger or Google Classroom with the subject teacher.
Allow me to give you the competencies that you are about to learn on this video.
Analyze art elements and principles in the production of work following a specific style. Identify distinct characteristics of arts during Renaissance period. Identify representative artists from Renaissance period.
Before we proceed with our lesson, let's have a short recap on the Western classical arts tradition. This game entitled That Artworks Look Familiar. Try to identify the artworks that I show you in this activity. I will reveal the answer after 5 seconds. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Artwork number 1. That's right. It's the Myron the Discoverers. Artwork number 2. Very good. The Colosseum. Let's down to our last artwork. Very good. That is a wall painting in King Tutankhamun's tomb.
Now, let's proceed to our lesson for today. Do you have an idea? Very good. Our topic is all about the arts and artists of Renaissance period. Welcome to the Renaissance period. The word Renaissance comes from the Greek word renaitre, which means rebirth, revival, and rediscovery.
Renaissance art was characterized by accurate anatomy, scientific perspective, and deeper language. Paintings depicted real-life figures. Sculptures were naturalistic portraits of human beings. And architecture was symmetry and balance. Let's now have the famous artists from Renaissance period. Let's start with Michelangelo di Lodovico Buonarroti Simoni. He is an Italian sculptor, painter, architect, and a poet. Considered as the greatest living artist in his lifetime, and since then, he was considered as one of the greatest artists of all time. His outstanding works were Pieta, Bacchus, Moses, David, Dying Slave, and Dawn and Dusk. Two of his best-known works are Pieta and David, which were sculpted before he turned 30. Another artist that we have is Leonardo da Ser Piero da Vinci. He is a painter, architect, scientist, and mathematician. He was popularized in present times through the novel and movie Da Vinci Code. He was known as the ultimate Renaissance man because of his intellect, interest, talent, and his expression of humanist classical values. He was also considered to be one of the greatest painters of all time, and perhaps the most diverse talented person to have ever lived. His well-known works were The Last Supper, or the most reproduced religious painting of all time, and the Mona Lisa, which is the most famous and most parodied portrait. His other works were The Vitruvian Man, The Adoration of the Magi, and The Virgin of the Rocks. We also have Raffaello Zangia da Urbino, or also known as Raphael, an Italian painter and architect of a Renaissance period. His works was admired for his clarity of form and ease of composition. Together with Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, he formed the traditional trinity of the great master of that period. His contribution to arts were his unique craftsmanship and compositional skills. His famous works were the Sistine Madonna, the School of Athens, and the Transfiguration. We also have Donato di Niccolo di Beto Bardi, or Donatello. Donatello was one of the Italian great artists of the period. He was an early Renaissance Italian sculptor from Florence. He is known for his work in bas relief, which is a form of shallow relief sculpture. His works include the following statues and relief: David, Statue of St. George, Equestrian Monument of Gatamelata, Prophet Habakkuk, and the Feast of Herod. I hope that you enjoyed learning new things with me today. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you again in our next video lesson.